Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I am going to be sharing some receipts with you guys because I've been trying to comb through Justin's website. And when I say they hijacked this movie and took it from him, they took it from him. I am going to be showing you guys a brief clip from an interview Blake Lively did with Colleen Hoover, the author. And then I'm going to be showing Colleen's text with Justin. And here we go, guys.
You more credit. Like, she walked out of the theater and was like, whoa, this is going to be good. But here's what we need to do to make it the best. And like, she was super involved in, like, you know, the film being done to actually the film being what you guys are going to see. And she really, like, as the author of this story initially, like, authored, you know, a lot of, like, shaping, once it was done, once it was made, really shaping what we had to feel like it was the best version it could be.
And that's all thanks to Blake. Like, you've been so collaborative. Like, I just can't even explain to you what the last few weeks have meant to me. I'm, going to be nice right now, but then I'll go back to being, myself. But honestly, as an author, just the fact that Blake fought for my voice to be heard, like, I just can't even tell you what you hope Blake Lively is. She's that and a million times.
Okay, you guys just saw that brief video in which Colleen Hoover, who is the author of the book It Ends With Us, was having a movie interview. And I'm just going to say that the entire interview with her, the other people on the stage, as well as Blake Lively, really did churn my stomach. And I am going to go to one of Justin's exhibits because it really does seem like Colleen Hoover, without really trying to investigate what happened independently, seemed to just fare off to Blake Lively's side and completely erased Justin from this entire book, directing it, putting it together, and basically ignoring his contribution. So I'm just going to be reading a little bit of his website receipts that goes along with that interview that you guys just saw a brief clip of. And this is from Justin to Colleen Hoover. It is dated February 1st, 2019. And obviously it has Justin's email blacked out. The subject is introduction. Again, that's the date. This is to Colleen Hoover, the author, and it's copied to several people whom are blanked out of this. And it says, hello, Colleen. Thank you for the intro. Wow, it's such a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for being open to having me potentially option your book. This is in reference to him wanting to create it, just to catch you guys up. Some quick backstory. My purpose and intention in this business is simple. Create impact by making content that helps us remember our shared humanity. Content that allows us to be better, to make hard choices in the moment that one day on our deathbeds we will be grateful for. It's been a tough road, but an incredible one, as our industry doesn't often reward those of us trying to change culture. Luckily, it's the messages of those that watch the content that are the reward in the lives we have affected. I've always believed the financial reward will come out, but it's not the primary motivation. As Johanna may have told you, I am building and have funding for a company whose mission is to tell high-end, meaningful stories, and I just finished my first film with my second setup at WB going this fall based on this short document I directed 7 years ago. Also, if you'd like to see an early screening of 5 Feet Apart, I'm sure I could make that happen as well. Where are you based? Just wanted to say, and I apologize, this writing is small. Just wanted to say of the reviews I read for this book, This one stood out to me and makes me so excited to potentially work with you. Your fans love you. What a gift you have. Of all the heroines I've read, Lily was most certainly one of those I admire the most. I know I loved her from the first few pages, but having finished the book, I truly couldn't be prouder of her. Her strength and conviction over the course of this story made her into a heroine. I want every girl and woman to read about this book and look up to. She was so real and vulnerable, as we all are, but the strength with which she took control of her life was admirable. On such a deep level, I just wanted to hug her and cheer. I don't think I've been this proud of a fictional character before. This is an incredible, powerful message in this book that is very subtly woven in from the start. It begins in the first chapter, but you don't yet realize how significant each of those moments truly are. And as you really read more, these pieces of the story come together, forming a scenario that gives such a honest portrayal of an incredibly relevant story. I'm not mentioning it on purpose because I don't want you to expect it. The fact that it's unique for you as the reader is very important. And again, that is him reading to her, and I apologize. That is really, really small. And then here are some other messages. This is from Thursday, April 11th, 2019. This is from Justin, who wrote to Colleen Hoover. I'm finally coming up for air for the release from this film, but still shooting. Jane for another 2 weeks. By the way, were you able to see it? Would love to know your thoughts. We actually started filming the final episode today. Now he's talking about, I think Jane the Virgin, his CW show. If you guys haven't watched that, it was a cool show. Really good. If you haven't seen Justin, definitely watch that. It was on CW. So I haven't been able to get It Ends With Us off my mind. Such an important story. So darn romantic and beautiful and tragic and hopeful. Always say that both art and life, etc., etc. And this is basically him again, discussing this with her, going over projects that he is doing, etc. Now, as we continue to dig and we're looking at this message is actually from Colleen Hoover to Justin Baldoni. We'll call him Justin B. And this was sent April 11th, 2019. So basically there was a lot, it seems, of substantive early development going on for both of them. Justin trying to bring her book to screen, and Colleen Hoover going, back and forth with various ideas, etc. This email is saying, thank you so much for the email. I wasn't expecting you to read it so quickly. I would love to talk to you more about the project. You get the book, and that's the most important thing to me. My big fear is that I'll option it to someone who thinks it's a hot romance novel and they'll take it in the absolute wrong direction. I'm going to be upfront with you about a couple of things so you can decide if you want to move forward. First, I've sold several film options and I realize not all of them get made, and I'm okay with that. One of the film options was not a great experience. The producers started a fundraising campaign for the film without my knowledge or permission beforehand, and ended up taking over $100,000 from my readers. The film was never made. My option was never paid, and I ended up pulling the plug on the project, and the producers never refunded readers that money. I feel terrible that my readers were the ones punished. So I mailed out about $15,000 worth of free products to those who donated to the campaign. I want to be positive that crowdsourcing is not something that will be done when it comes to this film. It's important to me that a funding plan is in place that won't affect the supporters of this book. While that experience was not positive, I have a wonderful experience working with a producer on Confess. It was a 7-episode series that was picked up by Awestruck and Go 90. But unfortunately, right before it was released, Go 90 declared they were shutting down. Because of that, Confess released on an already defunct platform just a week before they were scheduled to shut down. Luckily, my readers got to watch it, so not all was lost, and the overall experience was so much fun and very surreal. I didn't really have a lot of involvement beyond reading the script and getting the dailies. The dailies is the daily film footage that they shoot while they're filming movies and stuff. I just handed it over and let them do their thing because I was immersed in other projects at that time. It Ends With Us is important to me, though I would love more involvement on this film. I've actually been working on a script for it already, along with a producer friend of mine who lives in LA. Her name is Blank, and she is a very dear friend of mine and a huge fan and supporter of this book. We sat down for a week and outlined it last month, but I had to put a little pause on it because I'm on deadline for this book I'm writing. We planned on picking it back up in 2 weeks and diving into it. Even though I'm the author, I believe that I've been able to separate myself enough from the format of the book to know what would make the best setup for a film. While I do want to please the readers who have read the book, I understand the need to make a film that will equally touch those who haven't read the book. Are you based in LA? Maybe we can meet and have a chat about our vision for the film to make sure we're on the same page. I'm based out of Texas, but I'm in LA a lot. And then that is basically the gist of it. And then I want to add this before I end this video. Colleen Hoover suggested that Justin B portrays Ryle in the film. And basically it says it right here. Justin, I'm so happy we got a chance to connect today, albeit briefly. I am really excited that No More is partnering with Wayfarer in any way and beyond. Grateful as it relates to Microsoft and the movie. Your comment about not wanting to make a DV adult film is well taken, approximately acknowledging the balance between how childhood trauma impacts us as adults and not wanting to excuse Ryle's behavior is really hard. Simultaneously, you want the audience to understand Lily's response to Ryle after the DV she experienced as a child without people getting frustrated and wanting to scream, "Why don't you just leave?" Not easy stuff, but I'm confident you of anyone will get it right in a way that makes a good movie with a strong message. I love that you want to help victims with the proceeds from the film. For sure, direct service is one route, but you may even have heard it today, prevention, which is what ACTM really does, is where the field often prefers huge awareness opportunities. Again, this is describing that she wanted him not only to be a big part of this film, he gave her input, which is very, very different than the video that she put out after everything was shot and she was with Blake Lively after she was sold into the tales of Blake Lively. I would like for you guys to like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think after Justin is showing these receipts. We have more to discuss with this, including more receipts from his website. Like, share, subscribe, share your opinion. Have a good night. Bye, guys.